this is the video. Oh, we're going to make the end of the year, and this is the worst movies of 2024. So this list is not just the movies we've seen in theaters this year. It's just the movies we saw this year, and I'm with my mom. So on your list is Black Adam. So why did you not like Black Adam?
I didn't like Black Adam because I don't really like The Rock, and then I didn't like the story. I thought there was too much history stuff in it. It should have just been a simple story.
But you need the history stuff to actually have stuff make sense, because literally, if you don't actually have the history stuff, it'll be just stuff comes out of nowhere. And I like they had Dr. Fate in there, and I liked how they had Hawkman in there and the Atom. But I feel like the reason they had the Atom in there is because they wanted to kind of have a Spider-Man character in there, or the same thing. They're like, you know what? Hey kids, you like Spider-Man? Here's Atom. And it's hilarious how it's called Black Adam, because there's two characters called Adam in that could get pretty confusing. So next up,
8 Crazy Nights with Adam Sandler.
This movie is terrible. Wait, it's on your list, so you can go first.
I like the animation. I thought that was good, but I did not like the jokes. And I thought the storyline and the ending was nice.
I'll get to it later to see what I think. Okay, so what else do you have?
The Batman. I did not like it. I thought that it was too long and too dark for me.
I agree. It was a little too long, and it was a little. Yeah, I agree with you. But I kind of like the more darker approach, because that's what's different about Batman, because he's more darker. And I think some of the cinematography was pretty good. I think the music was pretty good. I think some of the action scenes were pretty good. I think the costumes were okay. I didn't like how they hid the Joker a lot, and they just saved it to the very end. And we walked out of the movie theater before we could see the Joker. There's post-credit scene, so yeah, we kind of missed that. But I'm excited to see number 2 and the crossover with Superman. So
we'll see it. I have Halloween Ends. I did not understand it from the beginning to the end, and I thought that he was weak, and it did not make sense.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Michael Myers in the movie, he was just like, "Oh, don't hit me, yeah." And it was just literally, it's just kind of sad how you want to end your nice franchise with having a movie with Michael Myers be a wimpy guy. Right. And he literally, there's a scene where Corey wants his mask, and he doesn't even try to fight back. He's just like,
gives him his mask.
Yeah.
And he's killing people for no reason. He has no reason to kill them.
Yeah, and there's even a deleted scene where he kills his mom just for no reason. Right. He just does. Why? She didn't do anything to him, and it's just he didn't even kill his dad. It was just an accident, and it makes sense he killed the boys, but it's just no reason. It's just when you watch the behind the scenes footage on it, they are like, man, this is going to be a good movie. But it's just the execution.
Yeah, I was excited to see it. I was surprised it was so bad.
Yeah, me too. Halloween Kills is a better ending for the series than this.
Yeah.
I was
should have left it at that.
Yeah.
The last on my list is Scream 6. Same thing. The beginning, I did not understand. They were starting the beginning with people we didn't even know. Strange story. She goes in an alley. I did not like it. And then the ending with the cop family, and I didn't like it. It didn't make sense to me.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I thought. Okay, so this movie was pretty good. I like this movie, but I thought they were gonna have Stu, who turn out to be the killer at the end, because at the end he just got a TV thrown on his head, and it turns out he it turns out like it could have been like he survived. He went out of prison and he wanted to like go after Sydney. And I think it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I think starting it with like a copycat killer was new and different.
Yeah, that was different.
And I think and then having Ghostface kill the copycat killer actually makes sense, and having it be some of the people that died actually makes sense too, because if we don't see him ever again in the movie, so they still have time to do all the stuff. And I thought setting it in New York was pretty different. It was like Home Alone 2.
Yeah.
It was like Home Alone 2. It was because there's like there's a bunch of different ways for people to die, and sometimes they just didn't really use the New York setting a lot. They just like there's like one scene where like he uses a shotgun, and then one lady like falls out like the door, and it's like a trash can or something like that, and it's just a lot of stabbing, and I was like not like we could have got like like Ghostface like a subway chase, like in like kind of like Maniac, like that. So yeah, that's what I think of Scream 6, and what we're gonna do in the honorable mentions is some of the good movies we've seen. So
I like Transformers 1. I thought it was really creative how they did the animation and the different voices. It was very funny. It had a lot of heart to it, I thought, and I really liked it. It's a good movie to see at the movie theater.
I think some of the origin stories for like Optimus Prime actually kind of makes sense, because it actually makes sense they would be friends and they would change over time. And I felt like it actually makes sense when some of the stuff in the future happens, and it's like the animation was pretty good. I liked how they leaned more on the old, they leaned more on the G1 designs. And I think John Hamm does a good villain.
Yeah.
I think he's a good villain. I like how he does the "I'm Sentinel Prime" like that. I think he does pretty good, and the Megatron voice is just a little. I think it needs a little more, or Frank Welker-ish.
Yeah.
And guess what? And Chris Hemsworth, he does a good Optimus Prime.
Yeah, I agree.
He does a pretty good Optimus Prime. He does Optimus Prime like he's like, oh, I'm Optimus Prime. Like he does really does not care stuff.
I also liked If. I saw it on TV, and it's about imaginary friends. I really liked it. I thought it was very creative, sweet movie about imaginary friends and what happens to them when you grow up or lose interest in them. I thought it was a really cool movie.
I felt like it was kind of like I felt like it was a little kind of ripping off. I feel like it kind of ripped off that cartoon show from the 2000s called the Orphan, the Orphan Home for Imaginary Friends, where there's this kid to go to this this orphanage with imaginary friends in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like it was kind of going like a little bit into that, but I liked some of the characters, and I think it was pretty good.
Deadpool and Wolverine was probably the best of the year.
Yeah.
It had very good humor, action.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is very smart, funny, creative.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman was in excellent shape. A lot of excellent fight scenes. I love his roommate. It was very funny.
Yeah, you know what? If you haven't seen this movie, go watch it, because he does. Because I think this is the best performance of Wolverine he actually did. It's some of the whenever Wolverine is stabbing people, it gets a little. It's just the same beats, either in the leg or in the chest or something. I feel like some of the action scenes should have been more creative, but I think the music use, I think the humor is pretty good. I like how they had Gambit show up. And I like how they had all the old characters show up. They even have Blade show up.
And if it's still in the movie theater, I'll go watch it again in the movie theater. I think it's definitely, you need to see it.
Yeah.
At the movie theater.
Yeah, it is good. And
And then I put Beverly Hills Cop, the Axel Foley, that was on Netflix. I really like that. The music, Eddie Murphy's excellent.
yeah.
I like the story.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good.
We
I
just
missed his laugh, but I thought it was still good.
I just got to take a little break. So we're back. Okay, we're just gonna finish this up. But so what's gonna start? I didn't like how the Grinch Stole Christmas is. Jim Carrey's Grinch is okay, but he just gets a little annoying at sometimes, and it's just not really worth the see. Just stick with the original. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. This movie is pretty good, but there's some stuff I don't like about it, and if you want to know some of the stuff I don't like about it, go watch the Cinema Nerd review I did. And I didn't like the Bob's Burgers movie because I did not like the musical approach. I think it should have been like a funny animated movie, and I hadn't seen Kung Fu Panda 4, but I heard from my mom it's confusing. I don't like Star Trek the motion picture because it's slow, it's boring, and they don't really give you much character development. The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Well, I know the cast put a lot of work into it, but the twist is kind of dumb, and I didn't really like it. 8 Crazy Nights it's okay. It tries to be funny. It fails horribly. The animation's nice. And Star Trek 10 I don't like because you should go see that movie because it is terrible. And some of the stuff in that, like, it's just terrible because they're like saying like Picard like it's like either way Picard still has like an evil side to him and for no reason, and they never explore that or explain that, and it's just the movie is just terrible. And yeah, that was our list. So I hope 2025 is pretty good, and coming
Happy
soon
New
will
Year.
be the 2020
Happy movie watching.
the best 2024. So goodbye.